I got released from deployment a day early, the military's version of a unicorn sighting, and flew home rehearsing lines like, "Couldn't stay away another day." 6 months of sand, MREs, and letters from my wife, Marissa, had built the perfect welcome home montage in my head. The lights upstairs were on when the cab stopped at our place. Weird. She's the light police. I let myself in with the spare key and crept up the creaking stairs like I was clearing a room in hostile territory. Laughter. A man's voice. Our bedroom door was cracked just enough to show me my marriage ending in HD. Marissa and Charles. Caton, her helpful boss, the one who brought donuts to the office and shook my hand at the Christmas party. They were in our bed, kissing like they'd invented the concept. I didn't yell, didn't throw anything. I backed down the stairs, shut the door gently, and walked straight into the same cab. "Everything okay?" the driver asked. "Downtown," I said, voice steady. Soldier switch flipped. Contingency plans. Here's the part everyone calls cold. It wasn't cold, it was planned. 3 months earlier, I'd started building a financial fortress, trusts, new accounts, title transfers, because deployment makes you allergic to blind trust. Hope for the best, protect the rest. By 8 a.m. the next morning, I was in attorney Marcus Levin's oak and marble lair, sliding 2 folders across his desk. The first held the firewall, house titled to a trust, investments migrated, accounts secured, vehicles retitled. The second held receipts, screenshots, hotel bills, a neat stack of business lunches that lasted 3 hours. "You've already moved everything," Marcus said, eyebrows climbing. "Preparation isn't paranoia," I told him. "It's logistics." We filed for divorce. Same day, I ordered new locks, reset the alarm, reprogrammed the garage, and froze every joint account. I even had the dealership send a truck for the Escalade she had to have for the kids we might have someday. By nightfall, the house looked the same from the curb and was a different country inside. The porch show. At 2:47 p.m., the next day, Marissa's borrowed sedan rolled into the driveway. She wore the black dress I'd bought for our anniversary. Charles stepped out, smoothing his tie. From across the street, Marcus and I watched the matinee through his BMW windshield. Marissa's key didn't turn. Neither did the spare under the fake rock. The back door laughed at them in the same language. Knocking became pounding. Pounding turned into a tantrum. My phone lit up. Calls, texts, voicemails. I sipped coffee. Deployed husbands don't get cell service, remember? When we drove off, she was crying on the porch, and Mr. Helpful was retreating to the car alone, suddenly very aware of his career, his wife, and gravity. Paper Bullet's revenge isn't shouting. It's paperwork. I filed the divorce petition with adultery evidence attached. Requested a restraining order after she staged a lobby meltdown at my hotel at 6 in the morning. Reported misuse of my military benefits. Meals, trips, jewelry from her sister, charged to a card tied to my veteran account. That one doesn't just bruise, it bites back. Then I wrote a pristine letter to Charles's board, time-stamped. Photos, emails during work hours, policy excerpts highlighted in yellow. His company is the kind with zero tolerance, in bold on page 1 of the handbook. Human Resources loves a binder more than romance. By Friday, 467 missed calls. I answered none. The Whites. Her parents, Philip and Margaret White, had never been fans. Too blue-collar for their crystal stem world. Saturday, I arrived with a manila envelope and the calm of a man who's already done the math. First document, their mortgage statements. 14 months paid by me. Second, a ledger of short-term help I'd given, engines, roofs, credit cards, totaling a number that made Philip's face match his white sofa. Final spread, photos of their daughter and her boss, hotel receipts lined up with her sick friend days, text messages that started Q3 projections and ended tonight, same room. Why show us this? Philip asked. Because for 3 years, you've said I wasn't good enough for your daughter, I said, gathering the papers. Turns out it was the other way around. I left them sitting in the wreckage of their narrative. Collapse in public. 2 weeks. Later, Marissa tried the internet defense. Sad selfies in a beige studio apartment, chucked new beginnings, an independent woman, carefully cropped bus rides because the SUV had vanished and the job had restructured her right out the door. Someone, definitely not me, commented under her longest victim post. Didn't you cheat on your husband while he was deployed? 16 words, curtain drop, screenshots travel faster than sympathy. Charles went quiet after a special delivery reached his wife. Photos, texts, a timeline. She filed with prejudice. The company suspended him, then wished him well in his future endeavors. Translation, fired so hard the echo broke glass. By month's end, Marissa's followers had evaporated, her friends discovered boundaries, and the victim tour packed up without an encore. Court clean. The court didn't need drama. It had exhibits. Asset Division followed the trust paperwork I'd set up. Her spousal support claim dissolved under the weight of fraud reports and benefit misuse. The judge's face didn't change when he ordered restitution. The check shows up monthly, money she earns folding sweaters and pitching store credit, cards, then slides straight through my account into a fund with a boring name and a sharp purpose. What the money does now. A year later, I drink coffee on the deck of a modest cabin facing a lake that changes color with the wind. The cabin was purchased with the settlement. The piece came from somewhere else. Every dollar of her restitution feeds second chances for service members, a nonprofit we built to keep other vets from getting financially detonated while they're downrange. Emergency housing, legal clinics, fraud recovery, 43 families last quarter alone. We run board meetings on video, ducks occasionally attend. Our treasurer smiles when he says, stable runway. I smile when he says, more families. Helped. The phone that once flashed 467 missed calls sits quiet on the rail. I didn't change the number. I changed the story. Do I hate her? No, hate is a tie that binds. Forgive her? Also no. Some things aren't redeemable, only instructive. Mostly she's a lesson filed in a drawer I don't open. People love to say revenge is a dish best served cold. They're close. The real power is silence and purpose. Lock the door, move the money, write the letters, then build something that outlives the mess. When the water's glassy and the loons start up, I think about that first night home, the quiet door, the cab idling at the curb, the driver asking if I was okay. I wasn't then. I am now.